Welcome back to Boston 235, episode 3. My name is Eric Floberg. That's why I'm called Floberg Runs, because I run, and my name is Floberg. Today, we are going to talk about my past week of training. I feel very fit right now, which is mind-blowing because I didn't think I would at this point. I'm working with Jeff Cunningham, BPN's coach, and I haven't even started Wednesday workouts really officially yet. He's only put me through fartlek workouts, which is just speed play. And it's like 1 minute on, 1 minute off, 2 minutes on, 2 minutes off. So I'll break down each day what I've been going through and kind of peeking at my heart rate because I have reliable heart rate with the Coros heart rate monitor now. Just looking at some of the data has been wild to see where my fitness is. And something I really believe strongly philosophically with running is that you shouldn't be using the data to like dictate your feelings and emotions, but see them as a result of the work you're putting in, as confirmation of the work you're putting in. Jeff actually said this on a podcast once. I let it be my guide and not my governor. So it's really just like shaping how hard is hard and how easy is easy and what it's telling me my fitness is at, where it's telling me my fitness, why it's telling me my fitness is at. How? So I actually took my first rest day out of 20 straight days of running. I needed it. I was feeling kind of battered up after my Sunday run on the end of week 2. And so I just asked coach if I could take a day off. He said, absolutely. Woke up with a little bit of a sore calf, took the day off. And that meant that I had less volume on the week. I actually only hit 60 miles on week 3. Week 2, I hit 65 miles. So I was hoping that I would keep that upward trajectory. But at the end of the day, a 5-mile difference is really not that much. I'm hoping to potentially hit more this week going into week 4. So took the day off on Monday, and then I did that Coros fitness test, which was all of episode 2. If you haven't watched it, go ahead and watch episode 2. But it basically told me that I am in 236 marathon shape. And the reality is I'm not actually in 236 marathon shape. I don't have the volume. I haven't built enough to be in that kind of marathon shape yet, but it is an indicator that I am much fitter than I was at the beginning of my Chicago marathon block in the fall. So that was really cool to see. It was awesome to get the legs moving again, to feel fast again. And I'm really interested in checking out some tune-up races. I need to really look at my schedule and see if you know any tune-up races. 10K, half marathon in the Midwest through March. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. Would love to hear some options and maybe sign up for a tune-up race. On Wednesday, I did my workout, which was a 2-mile warm-up, and then 2 minutes on and 2 minutes off. And I did this on the treadmill in my garage. And I noticed when I did the fitness test that my form was really sloppy towards the end. And that makes sense because I was super fatigued. So going into this fast-paced fartlek workout, I wanted to really focus on my form. And so I filmed myself to see if I was looking more relaxed and clean. And the truth was I definitely looked a lot better than I did when I was fatigued the day before. And it made sense because I was really thinking about it, keeping my hands up and making sure that my arms weren't swinging from left to right, keeping my eyes steady, looking forward, and really focusing on moving the arms in an efficient way and moving the legs in a longer stride. And it felt like the efficiency was there, and it felt really smooth through all of these 2-minute reps. I did 10 of them, and they went from 5:21 mile pace all the way down to 5:13 mile pace. And all of them felt really controlled and honestly not super hard. So that was awesome. After Wednesday's workout, I did an easy 9-miler. Hammies were sore from 2 pretty difficult days, Tuesday and Wednesday. Coach did not ask me to do that Coros test, so I felt kind of bad doing 2 hard days in a row. Made sure to keep it pretty easy on that 9-miler the next day, and then another 9 easy the next day after that. And this is where I've started incorporating that treadmill, using the treadmill to my advantage, and why I bought it to use the incline and the decline. I'm doing this because obviously Boston is a very hilly course, and so I want to start training my legs to feel that up and down. And that's honestly why I love the decline on it, because I've been studying the Boston course, and there is a lot of net loss in the first half of that course. And so living in Illinois, it's incredibly hard to find anywhere where I can find up and down outside of just random hills or overpasses over the highway. So I was really intentional about going anywhere from 1% to 3% during this whole easy run and hitting the decline every once in a while as well. So after that easy 9, I then went into the weekend with a little fartlek workout, which was just 20 seconds on 2 times per mile in the middle of a 7-mile workout. So this was the easiest day of the week, really. 1 mile warm up, 2 times 22nd per mile for 5 miles. That was 10 reps and then 1 cool down. This is where like this week I started to realize my easy paces are really starting to get faster and faster, down to the 7 minute per mile, hovering around 7 minute per mile, still in that easy sort of heart rate zone.
Now the third and final time the sun is hot, they've accumulated.
Who do you think's gonna win?
Conor Mance.
Did you know who Conor Mance was before today?
He won the Chicago Marathon like 2 years ago.
No, you're thinking of Galen Rupp
3 or 2.
in 2019. But Conor Mance was first American in Chicago. Because who won Chicago Marathon?
Calvin Kipton.
Yeah. What time?
2:59. 1:59. 1:59.
Not 1:59. 2 hours.
36 seconds.
Close, 35. 2 hours, 35 seconds. Pretty good. And then the 16-mile workout happened. And to better explain that would be myself on a GoPro. All right, starting out the 16-mile run. It's supposed to be an easy run. I want to get it right around like 7:05 to 7:10 average pace, which isn't necessarily easy, but it's like right on the top end of almost being not easy. So we're gonna see how that feels. Definitely just go off feel. Wanted to talk about how I prep for runs like this. Typically, I'm doing this before the sun rises, but last night we went to the Bulls game because it was our 7-year-old's birthday. Had a beer, and that's just how I train sometimes, because I want to enjoy real life too, even in the midst of an intense training block, knowing that that's not going to wreck everything. So slept in this morning, but also found out my wife and the baby have strep. So I was watching the other 3 kids all morning, and the baby's asleep now. The other kids have a quiet time with the movie while my wife naps. I'm getting it in now. So it's just the reality of having 4 kids and doing this with having 4 kids in a family. But how I prep for stuff like this: juvenile sport, 2 scoops and about 20 ounces of water, 22 ounces. Shaker bottle, pour 14 of it in this flask, soft flask, the Nathan soft flask, link below. I take the rest of it, like the 4 to 6 ounces, 6 to 8, whatever that is, drink it with a Go Bar about 30 minutes before the run. And then I brought 2 gels with me. Probably should have brought 3, but I'll have enough carbs between the gels and this to be fueled properly for the whole run. And then before I leave, recently, I've been doing a mixture of BPM recovery and 2 scoops of electrolytes for when I get back. Put it in the fridge, it's nice and cold by the end of the run, and I just slam that thing by the end. All right, bye. Don't get stolen. See you later. It wasn't super ideal conditions, honestly. I mean, the temperature was amazing. It was like 40 degrees Fahrenheit, which is like my favorite weather to run in. It felt almost a little too cold to get rid of the sweater. I was just like committed to that. So I went for it, and the trail was super sloppy that day. Like, it was wet in a lot of places. It was not firm. I had to kind of watch my step, and I had to let go of keeping my bottom half clean. I just got like dirt and mud everywhere. I felt smooth and consistent around 7 flat to even down to 650 for a long time. I went to the overpass over the interstate, which is on this part of the trail that I love to run, and I went over it 3 times, down, back, and over again, out to the 8-mile turnaround point of the trail where the trail ends, and I came back and did the overpass 3 more times. So again, trying to work in a little bit more up and down instead of just flat all the time, and really trying to stay steady on that uphill and open up the legs on the downhill to keep pace going. So I was really controlled through those, got back down to the trail, and I was just feeling so smooth, and I was ultimately just keeping this at bay. Like, I was keeping my heart rate at bay, trying to float around the 150 mark. Like I said at the beginning, I want to keep this as my guide and not my governor. Like, if I was running with a 146 average BPM and I felt like garbage, I would ease off. I'm not going to use the zones as a place where it's like I have to be strictly on it. Like, I actually have grown really far kind of away from the MAF method in that like you need to be so strict about staying within some sort of heart rate zone. I care far more about how I feel in these efforts, and that it does feel easy or it feels smooth, and I'm not like, and it goes the same way with the heart rate zones. If it feels smooth and I feel like it's easy, but I'm running at 165, I'm gonna bring it back a bit. So again, it's gonna be my guide and not my governor dictating exactly what I do, but an indicator as to what I should do if it's too hard or too easy. So I felt super smooth through all 13 miles up until I found the GoPro again. Ah, frick. Oh, I'm back. Oh. Oh man, this GoPro sucks now. It just keeps dying. And this freaking GoPro just keeps turning off every 10 seconds when it's cold. So I need to get a new battery, new GoPro, or whatever. I cranked up the speed a little bit in the last 2-3 miles. It's just kind of what I do as a runner. I don't like really coasting into the end of a workout unless I'm feeling like garbage. I felt really good. So the heart rate came up a little bit towards the end into like 155, but I closed out with the last mile on 633 on that mile. And I felt so good, and seeing that my average heart rate was 149 over the course of a 16-mile workout this early in the block just gives me so much confidence and does indicate that I am super fit relative to what I think fit is for me. Cheers. I can't believe that just happened. What do you want? Applesauce?
I can open it by myself.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right, I said I would do strength and conditioning this block. I need to keep my feet held to the fire. All right, I said I would do strength and conditioning this block. I've sort of done it here and there up to this point. This is the week I'm going to get consistent. I'm gonna go do it tonight. Pete, my friend from across the pond, has given me stuff to do. I'm gonna go do it, and I'm gonna be held accountable by bringing a camera and filming myself doing it. And if I do it wrong, Pete, please comment down below or DM me and roast me for my form and what I need to do different.
This year I kinda went viral. My profile's really popping off. But I need someone to check my vitals, 'cause inside something's off. 'Cause I put up a picture and it got a bunch of likes, but I really only did it so my mom knows I'm alive. 'Cause I got a bunch of problems that I failed to dozen fix. If I did, it wouldn't do it justice. 'Cause in real life, I'm really lonely when I'm offline. Nobody knows me. I got a ton of friends on the internet. They don't really know that I'm faking it.
Okay, finally, last thing I want to talk about is that I need to dial in a few more things if I want to get really serious about this block. Not that I'm not serious already. I just need to be more intentional with how intense the training is going to get. So obviously the strength regimen and the tendonitis care is going to be so important, and I need to be dialed in with that. I need to care more about it. Nutrition, I need to eat cleaner. Yes, I said I had a beer, but like I had like McDonald's and stuff over the weekend. So I need to dial that in really. I need to limit that stuff a lot more. Because I have been eating pizza and fast food a little bit too much. That is one of my lots in life. I just have a problem with doing that so often. So eat a lot cleaner, but also really just prepping my meals, prepping my lunches at the studio, making sure I have enough protein, going off that model of trying to nail as much protein in grams as I have in pounds of body weight per day. Targeting closer to that is what I want to start doing, and then clean carbohydrates as fuel sources. One thing I have done this block so far, virtually every single run, is mix G1M and take it on the run with me in the soft flask. That Nathan soft flask, handheld soft flask, it's just been incredible to have that the entire run, to be fueled the entire time. And it's making me feel like I'm gonna wanna bring that soft flask on the course for the race as well and fill it with G1M and electrolytes. Finally, active recovery. So getting into the compression boots, foam rolling regularly, getting into an Epsom salt bath, and then just being disciplined on getting to bed at a reasonable time. Probably no later than 10 or 10:30 is what's going to be best for me. Those are all the things I'm going to be working towards and start building discipline in. And that wraps up episode 3. Thanks for watching. I will see you in episode 4.